thank you for coming, parents, supporters. This could not happen without your support, so we're very, very excited and happy that you're here to hold this down with us. I'm excited about what's about to happen because 6 months ago, first of all, let me say this. I knew all of you all were going to make it here. I knew that. In my heart, I knew it. What I didn't know was if I was going to make it. Because there was some days that I was like, wow. But, you know, my mentor always says this, and I embrace this mantra, you know, which is work yields rewards. And I feel like, you know, these young people in front of us, they work really, really hard. I'm very excited about them meeting this apex because 6 months ago, they all signed up individually on their own with one mission, which is to find out what was more about PowerCorp. So, without further ado, I would like to start the program by introducing the person who was responsible for hosting us here, Mr. Ned Friedman of the Arboretum in Harvard University.
Wow, I am so happy to see all of you here. So when we heard at the Honorable Arboretum of Harvard University that PowerCorp was going to have its first commencement exercise, it felt right that it be at Harvard, because this is the best of the best, and I am so happy to have you here. So on behalf of the Honorable Arboretum of Harvard University, all of my colleagues who work here and take care of this magnificent landscape, I just can't be more pleased to know that there are more people entering the green industry. It is one of the most joyful careers you can have. It is enriching every day. It is connecting with nature. It is bringing joy to others, which is what we do here. It is paying it forward. It is all about being connected. And that is something I believe deeply in. So I'm really excited about this new initiative. I want you to know we want to do everything we can to support it. We want you to come back to the Arboretum every day if you can, but at least every week. And we want to share this place with you. So let me tell you a little about this place. It was born 150 years ago, the first public arboretum museum collection of trees in North America. It was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted. His first project was Central Park. He was getting warmed up, and then he got really good at stuff, and he designed the Arnold Arboretum. And this is one of his most magnificent landscapes. Everything here is meant to be an exercise in joy, but also an important exercise in democracy. Every day we are free and open to everybody, and everyone is welcome here. This is where Boston mixes. This is where we say hello and good morning to each other. This is where we wave to small children, and this is where we let the plants do their magic. So again, I want to thank all of you for coming this morning, the families. I'm looking forward to the commencement ceremony, but you're starting off your careers at Harvard University, and I think that says everything. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ned. Wow, this is part of, I'm really looking forward to because I get to hear a little feedback from the young people that participated in this program. I'm very, very proud to introduce one of the guys that really worked really hard, and I was like, okay, you can do some things. And not only did he show me, he proved it, and I talked to people who he worked with, and they said, yeah. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Iman Tony Brothwell.
Where's the paper? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today.
Good morning.
I'd like to give a special thank you to Davo, Joe, Peggy, Josie, Linda, Joey, and John for the opportunity and the support they have given us over the past 6 months. We have learned a lot during our time in the program and made many friends and connections along the way. A great example of how we spent our time at the program was the work that we did at the Mass Audubon, where we removed 2 acres of Japanese knotweed and planted and tagged 4 redwood cedar trees. I'm sorry about that. And also did drainage clearing, which made a huge impact to the site. We also worked at Harambe Park, where we helped people in the community plant 65 trees for the next generation to come. The work we did at Victory Gardens at Fenway was a bit unique, where we helped rebuild plot land gates and fences and install chicken wire to help keep Peter Rabbit and his friends out. I'm sure you are all wondering why I joined PowerCorp's program. I joined the PowerCorp's program because I wanted to become a pillar in my community, to become a better version of myself as a person, and help beautify the neighborhood that we live in. I'm sure we can all agree that we had some fun too as we end our time in the PowerCorp's program today. We graduate with a wealth of knowledge and many opportunities to look forward to in the future. We walk away with an understanding for the value of teamwork and hard work, determined to use what we have learned to continue our careers. This program has opened many doors that we never thought would be possible. And for that, we are forever grateful. Thank you again, and congratulations, the class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you, Iman. Well done. Well, you know I got to follow it up with something just as impactful. Well done, words well shared, and I want to make sure that we spread it out a little bit. We have my next person that's going to come share a little bit is another participant of the program who I'm very proud of, and without any hesitation, she knows where the camera is at all times and knows how to make it work. So I would love to have you all welcome Jelaine Flores to the stage.
Hello. Thank you, Joseph Rao, for that. Thank you to all the cohort members, PowerCorp Boston, Mayor Wu, and of course, everyone who was able to make PowerCorp Boston happen. In creating PowerCorp Boston, you guys created a gateway for minorities to enter professional workspace and elevate our minds and quality of life. What initially attracted me to PowerCorp Boston was that it enabled me to provide and care for my family while making an impact in the climate change industry. I came to PowerCorp Boston with the goal of continuing on to college. I'm proud to say I achieved my goal. Through PowerCorp Boston, I had hands-on training such as things like tree climbing, plant identification, and pruning. These hands-on experiences and peer networking led me to be a guest at the Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony. Here, I saw how I made the community better for future generations. Our work improved the community's quality of air, ocean pollution, and green spaces. We had a variety of learning opportunities both inside and outside the classroom. We've harvested vegetables locally to minimize the use of pesticides on our vegetables sold in our local grocery stores. We took classes at UMass Mount Ida. Shout out to Christina. Where is she? where we concentrated on the principles of arboriculture. In our discovery, we were able to learn in depth about the structures and functions of the trees, as well as how to properly plant and care for them. I'm glad I was able to pave the way for other women in forestry. This is the industry where women are underrepresented. However, I'm glad I felt empowered to use my voice. Thank you for allowing me to be heard. For instance, the ISA conference where we attended was a direct lens to meeting many women in the forestry industry. Thank you for creating a space of equal opportunity. This has been truly one-of-a-kind experience. My team and I are proud to have been a part of the Mayor's Climate Change Initiative. You've helped some of us truly find our passion. Through this program, I absorbed that together we can achieve great things. I'm so proud of the entire cohort for completing the program. I've learned that together we make the impossible possible. PowerCorp Boston was a place for us to explore different avenues, creating an outlook on a new world some of us didn't even know existed. We appreciate the support you guys have provided. Thank you so much, PowerCorp 2022.
Thank you, Jelaine. I'd be remiss if I don't ask the mayor. Please come on up, mayor. We want you. We want you. She was trapped back there, and she was like looking like she has a part of this program. We want to make sure. We want to make sure that she's all set. Wow. The person that's really one of the key visionaries to this whole program is up here, and I would like to properly introduce Counselor Kinsey Bach, who is instrumental in making sure that this initiative to really focus on addressing climate change and the green initiative in our communities was something that she put forward. Pass it on to another champion who's also in the building. I want to acknowledge Chief Mariana Hammond as well. And so they connected with another giant that's in the building, my executive director, Davo Jefferson. And the rest is history, and we will see how it continues to go. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the next person who's going to share, Counselor Kinsey Bach.
Hello, PowerCorp. I am just so thrilled to see you all. Thank you so much to Joe and to everybody standing behind me and all the PowerCorp staff. This is something that it went from an idea that we started to have in December 2020 into visiting Philly and seeing their program, and then the city council, and I'm really representing the whole city council here today, putting first $3 million and then another $6 million into launching this program and making sure it's going to have money to run for the long term. So I'm really excited about that. And it really wasn't that long ago that we were sitting in a conference room with Davo talking about, what this program would look for you all. And so just the staff has just been incredible. I've been amazed every time that I've talked to them and met with them and learned about what you guys are doing. But I'm most excited about all of you. I just wanted to say a couple quick words because we've got lots to celebrating to do together. But you probably heard that phrase, Green New Deal, talked about with the city, and in a minute I'm going to have the honor to introduce our Green New Deal mayor. I think the green part's pretty clear, right? It's about all the things we need to do to save our environment and deal with the challenges of climate change. The New Deal part's a reference to 70 years ago when the U.S. was in a Great Depression, and this guy, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, right, the president, came up with this idea called the New Deal for America to pull us out of it. And the idea was actually that in the 1920s, there had been just a really unequal society, lots of people with almost nothing, lots of people with lots of money, but the people with lots of money, they were spending it, right? And so everybody else was kind of like getting along, just like doing the things and making the things that the people with all the money wanted to get. And then the markets crashed, and suddenly even the people with a lot of money didn't have it anymore. And everybody was poor, and the country kind of was like collapsing around us. And what FDR realized is, hang on, what we need isn't a world where we figure out how to give more money back to the rich people so that they can spend it, or we give some handouts to the poor folks, which is now like all of America at this point. It's like what we need is for our people, the working people of America, to get a chance to work, to build things that matter and do things that matter. And that's actually how those people are going to carry our country and pull us back up. And so it's not going to be a system of handouts or even hands up. It's going to be about the critical work this country needs doing. And so they got together. They're the ones who planted millions of trees, laid out trails, laid out the highway system, did public art all over the country, right? We're still using now stuff that was made in the 1930s, 40s, 50s. So I say all that to say, when we talk about Green New Deal, what we're saying is our country and the world is in a crisis. We're in a climate crisis. We're also, you might have noticed, in a really difficult economic time. Again, right, a lot of people are finding that dollars don't add up as far as they used to think they would. And we need people who are going to lead us out of that. And that's you guys. You guys are the folks who are going to lead Boston in this moment of climate crisis, who are going to be the ones who, are our next arborists, are our next, green infrastructure specialists, the people green retrofitting our building. We met when we went down in Philly, someone who's a Philly PowerCorp grad who now runs a whole tree division down there, right? Runs a whole green infrastructure division. I can't overstate to you how much all of the plans that the city council and the mayor are making down in City Hall about the things that Boston's going to do for the next century really rest on your shoulders and the shoulders of people come after you and who are going to take you guys as examples, who you're going to mentor. So I'm sorry if that's a lot of pressure, but I just want you guys to understand that we're counting on you, and we're so proud of you, and we really cannot wait to see what you all do next for the planet and for your families and your communities, which are all of our communities. So thank you so much. And really, the person who is the leader of this movement, this Green New Deal vision, not just here in the city of Boston, but really on a national and even global scale, like you saw with the Earthshot Prize, is our mayor, Mayor Michelle Wu.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to see you all. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you've put in over 6 months. You all are my inspiration, not to add to the pressure, but there will be, we hope, many, many more classes of PowerCorp to come and follow in your footsteps, but there will never, ever again be a very first graduating class of PowerCorp. And so you all really set the standard in a lot of ways. Thank you to Iman and Jelaine for your amazing remarks, to Joe and Devo, and of course our amazing champion who keeps, I don't know how she's running around the entire continent these days, but was just in Montreal bringing back ideas, our Chief of Energy, Environment, and Open Space, Reverend Mariana White Hammond. Thank you for your leadership and what you bring to this every single day. I know there are members of her team and our team here in the room as well, and Allison, our Environment Commissioner, and others who are scattered throughout. I want to also shout out Frank Farrow, the Director of our Office of Black Male Advancement, and Dr. Rufus Falk, our Senior Advisor on Public Safety. Thank you so much for all that you do and for being involved in every part of the city. And you heard our green counselor bringing the green, wearing the green, making sure we're funding the program. Thank you, Kenzie, for your partnership. Okay, sorry, so many people to thank in this room. Ned, we are really excited to partner on so many things with the Arboretum. Thank you for hosting us today, and to your team. It wasn't that long ago that we were making our big announcement here, and since the photo showing the little baby Dawn Redwood's right in front of the gigantic one that will be what we see in their city a couple decades from now. You all have helped us make sure that those little seedlings are now in our parks, in our housing developments, in our schoolyards, and so I hope that you remember where you left those, that you can come back, bring your kids back, bring your grandkids back, and look up to see the difference that you've made. Thanks to the Arboretum for that partnership. We are here to celebrate all that you have poured in to yourselves and all that you've poured into our city already. This program represents everything that we want to get done and show off on the citywide, national, and international stage. And you all are our city. You come from neighborhoods across Boston. You represent Dorchester, Mattapan, Roxbury, Rosendale, Hyde Park. You are children of immigrants. You are moms and dads. And you bring your whole selves to this work. And we want to make sure that everyone who can now see a bit of themselves reflected in your stories and your success will be that next generation that you pull up after you. Okay, you've done a lot. I have some numbers to report back. You have tended to 87 acres of public land. You've removed nearly 300 bags of invasive material painstakingly. You've spoken with nearly 70 different employees across a variety of industries, planted and pruned 100 trees, worked with 18 different service project partners, collaborated with 4 city departments, the Boston Housing Authority, the Boston Public Library, the Parks Department, our Urban Wilds Department. You completed 16 hours of tree climbing training, and you have spent just as much time investing in your future holistically, attending financial literacy training, 12 hours of mock interviewing, earned 3 college credits from UMass Mount Ida in arboriculture, and attended an International Society of Arboriculture New England conference, and of course, our Earthshot, you represented the city of Boston at our ceremony with royalty. I'm talking about Chloe and Hallie, right? And of course, the Prince and Princess of Wales were there too. So that's a lot that you got done in 6 months. And we are so proud of this journey that you've been on, because I hope it's also been a chance to really look in yourselves. And just as Jelaine was saying, seeing the impossible become possible is not only about what you're putting out into the world, but what you are bringing out that's already been here inside all along. And we, again, no pressure, but are very much looking forward to getting your help filling some of the roles that we have open in our city departments, in our new forestry division, in our parks department, and we know there are some other folks competing for your attention as well, that Harvard wants to hire you, the Zoo New England wants to hire you, Brookline's Parks and Recs department wants to hire you, but don't you want to keep working with the chief and all of us here in Boston? Your success has inspired us to dream big for the future as well. And so in partnership with Roxbury Community College and A Better City, the next PowerCorp cohort after you will also receive training based on your feedback on how to operate energy systems in large buildings for efficiency and reduce need across one of our biggest emission sources in Boston. And I know that Devo's also talked about wanting to grow this program to 120 participants per season over the next 3 years. So we'll need your help coming back to mentor that group as well. You all now know what's possible. The last thing I want to just really sit in is a reflection on what this means for Boston. We hear a lot about all these big problems that are, okay, hold on.
Oh my goodness.
I triggered the sound here. Here we go. We hear a lot about challenges that are this big and involve countries and the world. How could we possibly do something in this short window of time that we have? We hear about solutions that are, invented at places that are far away and Boston is held up as this example of a place where all sorts of people come from all around the world to give their ideas and solutions, and we welcome that. But most of all, this is our city, right? As a cleaner way of how Big Papi describes it. This is our city. This is our future. These are our jobs. You are our power. And we expect and will demand that your power helps ensure that our future is sound and secure for generations to come. You all have poured so much into that already. There's so much more that we know you will continue to shine a light for. So thank you, thank you, thank you for what you've already done, and thank you for all that you will continue to do.
Woo! Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your wonderful remarks. Thank you, Councilor Bach. Now it's time to get some other things going. I know you guys are waiting for this part, right? The ceremony part. We're gonna take care of you. So it's my duty to and my honor to welcome to the stage Executive Director David Jefferson and the graduation team.
Alrighty here. We got a number of notes here. Let me get to the pieces that are in my part. Right here. It's around there somewhere. How's everybody doing today? I'd like to welcome you all once again. Have some great folks come up and share. See a number of community partners in the audience, a few employer partners, we see parents, we see family. So it really takes a village, and I feel like the village is highly represented here, so I want to thank you guys for attending. Shout out to the graduates. Power! Power! Yes. So without any further ado, we're going to get this going. Do we need that back space there?
We'll work it.
All right, so I'm gonna call off the names of the graduates. So can we have some folks that would shake their hands and receive those certificates, kind of coming this way? Come this side, Taylor. You guys will be on this. All right, Mr. Rashid, you ready, brother? You ready? Let's get this going. Rashid Ivinger. Mr. Deron Broadway Jr. Tashari Christian. DeAndre Cloud. Mr. Nicholas Cruz. Makai Edge. Tafari Edge. Chris Edwards. Shalane Flores. DeAndre Green Sanders. Derek Horton. Evelyn Lestrade. Erica Lynch McManus. Darren McNeil Franklin Jr. Stajan Knowles. King Reed. We have a couple of people who were not able to make it here today, but still want to acknowledge them. So Nasheem Shah, Damani Glenn, and Curtis Andre. And our final two, can I have Mr. Iman Tony? And wrapping it up for us is Miss Kim Walker. So can we put one final round of applause together for our inaugural class, PowerCorp Cohort 1. So we're gonna have a picture taken with the mayor. So can all the graduates please assemble for this picture with the mayor?
Special day, huh? I say so. Very special. I'm very excited about where I've seen these young people coming with one energy, and then it really changed into this magical thing you see right now. I'm so excited about it. So I wanted to say this to them. I wanted to share this while you guys were waiting for this next modified part of the program. And we have been really good with pivoting. You know, that's one of the things that we talk about in class. Most of the times, like, yeah, I know, we're gonna have to be able to change things in the middle of stuff, and we gotta be able to accommodate. So I want you to think about this. One of my favorite poets, Langston Hughes, one of his poems was Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. I feel like you all came in here with a dream, and I feel like you guys, this is gonna propel you to the next phase of that dream, and I want you to feel confident and encouraged because you see the city got your back. It's on you to make those steps to do what you have to do. We have a special presentation we're gonna modify right now, so without further ado, Davo.
No, stay seated. Stay seated. I insist. Stay seated. So allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is David Jefferson. I'm the executive director of PowerCorp Boston. And can the PowerCorp staff stand up, please? If you're a PowerCorp staff, stand up. Definitely want to acknowledge these great folks. From an analogy, we built this plane while it was taking off, and a lot of moving pieces in the process of this happening. We were able to acquire a building, get vans, get a logo, get a social media presence, made the paper a few times along the way, met some interesting community partners, employer partners, got a chance to hang out in some interesting spaces, got to go to the Red Sox, Victory Garden, Public, Mass Audubon, Emerald Necklace Conservancy. I'm definitely gonna leave out a few, but we were all over the city doing this work, introducing our young folks to what can potentially become a future career for them. And also in doing so, we're helping to beautify the community and address climate change related issues. So I wanna thank visionary leaders, Chief Hammond White, Mayor Wu, and Mayor Michelle Wu, excuse me, City Councilor Kenzie Bach, just for their vision and helping us to bring this to realization. So thank you guys, thank you for that. My team, I had the privilege and the pleasure to assemble what became PowerCorp Boston. Never have had the opportunity to work with a more talented group of professionals, smart, highly educated in their line of work, dedicated to the population that we were serving. I wanted to lay in bed a few mornings. I couldn't. My team's too energetic, and I couldn't let them outwork me. It's like, you're not outworking me, bro. I'm here. They got me out of bed every morning to get there to do that work. Very shameless in their approach to doing it. people wore many hats. Sometimes I need you to drive a van. Sometimes I need you to remove some invasives. Sometimes I might need you to conduct a workshop. And they switched the hats off and on without a problem. So a high-level salute to them, the ability to pivot and just show up where needed. So thank you to the PowerCorp team. Yes. So I'm gonna pass this on to a person who's a dynamic speaker, and I definitely would not want to follow her. So, Chief Reverend Mariana White Hammond, can you please join us here and share?
So I'm going to keep it brief, and I'm going to try not to get overcome with emotion. As many of you know, a couple weeks ago we had the Royals here, and I actually realized this morning this is exactly what I was wearing when they were here. And people have been asking me, like, you know, how was the experience? And it was good. I hope I did my job well, but it does not begin to compare to what it means to see you all have completed this process. And the reality is that it is not done, but you are the manifestation of things I have hoped and prayed for years. As many of you know, I started this work working on criminal, and I actually see some of you who are youth workers, you know, we did youth work together. We had some interesting experiences. I started this work because I grew up in Grove Hall. I watched my neighborhood get locked down. I watched Castlegate go from being the most, alive part of the neighborhood to nobody being on the block. I watched Hurricane Katrina, where so many people in New Orleans, I think I've told y'all, I've spent a lot of time there, and I watched how that hurricane came, the levees broke, and there were no plans for how to help people. There were no plans for people who were incarcerated. Some of them were almost left in their cell to drown there. And that was when I said, climate change is going to take everything that I care about and make it worse. And it's going to affect the communities that I grew up in and that I work in. And that's when I made the choice not to leave this issue to the folks in the suburbs, but to try to figure out how I could make an impact. And it's been a long journey, but I can't think of any moment that more encapsulates what I hoped for in choosing to get serious about this issue and finding a way to bring things together than this moment. As many of you know, I don't have biological children, and that's a choice my husband and I made. And part of the reason in making that choice is that it has afforded me the opportunity to deepen my investment in all of the young people in my community that far too often do not get what they deserve in terms of development and investment. And so yes, a lot of us have been heaping a lot on your shoulders, but it is absolutely true. You are the beginning of what we hope to be so much bigger. We hope to have many more graduations. We hope to have larger cohorts, and you are the seed that gets that started. You have learned so much about how the natural cycles work, and I told you all I'm going to invite you all up to our farm, and I will keep that promise. We got to just figure out when. This is not the time to come to the farm in New Hampshire. But the reality is that is another place where a group of black folk that didn't have anything, we didn't have 2 pennies to rub together exactly, said, we believe that we can work together to feed our community. And we've just kept persevering. And so my hope is that today is a step on your much larger journey. We want you all to go out and get some jobs. That is an important part of what we want you to do, but we don't want your legacy to end there. We want you to imagine businesses that need to be created that don't currently exist. We want you to go from doing a job to training other people to do the job. We want you to imagine new ways to bring together myriad issues that we've kept far apart. I have so much confidence in you all, and I've been honored to get to know you, and I'm looking forward to continuing that relationship. So, more than anything, I want to thank you for being willing to invest in a dream that started years ago. I mean, Davo and I met like actually a little bit before I went to New Orleans. So this dream has been coming into fruition for decades. And now you will take it further than we could ever imagine. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of the mayor, the entire city, and most importantly, the communities that you come from and represent, thank you for taking on this challenge, and we got your back.
Thanks again, Chief, for your bold and courageous leadership, and I appreciate all that you did to help make PowerCorp become a reality here in Boston. So participants, time to get to work on new employment opportunities, which we are thankful to have more employment opportunities than we have participants. So we're very confident that folks will land in some soft places in terms of next career steps. We have some, I just want to give a shout out to Gourmet Caterers. They provided our breakfast. There's also a light lunch that's available for you guys on your way out. Make sure you grab something, please grab something. Take some pictures in front of the photo drop, and I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and thanks again for coming out to support our program.